Hi, and welcome to Talk Show Tuesday, where we're going to interview some astrologers, tarot readers, psychics, mediums. Oh my gosh, there are so many wonderful people for you guys to meet. So I think you know this is Soul Navigation's Talk Show Tuesday. It airs every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And today we get the amazing pleasure to meet Ciara. You are going to love her. She fits her name perfectly. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's just an amazing, unique individual who has so much healing energy inside of her. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to meet her. So, hi Ciara.
Hi.
Okay, we are so excited to find out all about your skills and your talents and your gifts, because I know you have so much to tell us. Let's start with, what kind of messages do you get?
So I get messages through a lot of different senses. So I'm not sure how much you know about the different clairs, but the first skill I have that I get messages through is through clairvoyance. So when I'm doing readings, I'll get like images come through, and a lot of the time I won't know what these images mean, but after time and after like feedback, people will say to me, I can't believe you saw that. And a lot of the time it comes from just shutting my eyes, or sometimes I see like moving images as I'm doing readings. So I'll see images and feed them back to clients, and sometimes they don't always make sense, but eventually they do make sense to a lot of people. So that's the first thing. And then I also have something called clairsentience, which is when you just feel things. So if you're reading for someone, or even if you just meet someone, you'll be able to feel things about that person in their energy field. So that's another way that I'll be able to pick things up. Another way I'll do it is through claircognizance, which is basically when information just comes through your brain. So like I'll just pick up things that will come straight down through my crown chakra, and I'll just know things. So using like a combination of all of these like gifts that I've been given, I'll just know things about someone just from like reading their energy field, which is a really cool way. And it also means that a lot of the time the person doesn't really have to say anything to me. I'll just be able to like pick those up through those gifts that I have, which I've developed over time, but it makes it like easy to read somebody, especially like when I'm doing readings for others.
That's amazing. You have so many, like clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentient, right?
Yeah, clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is actually my main one, especially when I'm doing like mediumship readings for other people. The main thing that comes through to me is the clairvoyant. So I'll see images and pictures, or even like seeing like colors. So for example, I did a reading for somebody, and I closed my eyes and I could see water, and I opened my eyes and I said, you're a water sign. And she was like, yeah, I'm a, and then both of us at the same time goes, Cancer. And I said it as she said it, but it wasn't because it came through me. I just saw the sea, and I just knew instantly, if I see a picture of the sea, then that person is not a Cancer, a water sign. So it's just images like that, and then it's up to me to interpret what that image means.
Right. And do you get that when you're doing readings with people, or do you get it when you're out and about? Like, can you turn it on and off?
Yeah, I think it's really important to be able to practice safely, so turning that skill on and off. So I think the most important thing there is about closing and opening the chakras. So if I want to be able to pick things up clairvoyantly, I need to open all 7 of my chakras. And then a lot of the time the images come through when I close my eyes and properly like channel the energy of that person. And that's when I normally get the most accurate and the most like prevalent pictures and images through.
I love that you are so skilled to be able to open up your chakras, receive the
Yeah.
energies and the knowledge and the messages that want to come through, and then to be able to close them off again. Because that is so important, not to be bombarded all the time, right?
Yeah, it's so important. I think the biggest thing I've learned as a reader is the importance of practicing safely. So I've gone to spiritual development schools and done like proper schools training to do this safely, because I think as people starting off like opening their spiritual abilities, a lot of the time they don't have the means to practice safely. So it's really, really important to be able to open yourself up safely, to be able to clear your energy, to ground yourself, and also protect yourself. And that's really, really important when you're doing readings, because it doesn't let just anything in, and then you're in control. Like, it's so important as a reader or anyone practicing spiritually to be fully in control of what they're like picking up or what they're receiving.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to be in danger of any kind when you're using, especially when you're using the spirit world, because it can be quite powerful. And I can hear your accent. I know you're across the pond, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm based just outside of London in the UK.
Is that where you did your studies, your spiritual
studies? So I trained in like a proper school of intuition and healing. Well, that's what it's called in London. But there's a lot of psychic schools, or schools that do a lot of like spiritual development and psychic and mediumship classes. And I'd really recommend, if anyone out there does feel like they've got gifts or they want to open up their intuition, to do it safely in one of these schools or in classes, because you get the support system and you also like train safely. Like, it's really important to have those mentors that teach you how to open your abilities up safely.
Well, Ciara, I think maybe you're going to be a mentor on soul navigation for these people like you, and maybe it will grow into something amazing and fabulous that you can share with others.
Yeah, that's definitely an idea. I could maybe start doing like development like sessions with people if they wanted to open up their abilities too. That's definitely something to look into. So it's ciarasoulnavigation.fullslate.com.
Wonderful. And on Tuesdays, when we have interviews with you, you can show us a little more of your gifts.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get into that in a moment, but let's explore a little bit more. So how did you find out you had your abilities? How did they start coming into your awareness?
I think the first thing I noticed was I just, without even knowing anything about the spiritual world, I knew that I could pick up on what other people were like if I didn't even know them. So someone could tell me, oh, I have this friend called X, and then I would know what they were like. Like, I just pick up on their energy fields from, like, it could be the other side of the world, and someone will mention someone's name and I just tap into what that person was like. So that was the first thing, and I never really knew what that was, because I knew that other people didn't have that. And then I had a bit more of an awakening in the fact that I did become more interested in like more spiritual things. And then as I started reading more, I was like, hang on, that happens to me. And then I think being on a spiritual journey and opening up your gifts, it's like, it's always one step at a time. So first of all, you might learn about, say, tarot, and you may pick up a tarot deck and realize that you can read and they're accurate readings. And then you might discover like energy healing, and it all comes to you like one step at a time. And I think it's just a process that doesn't ever stop. Like, once you start like learning about yourself on a journey and a spiritual journey, the abilities and like the information and the things you're interested in just keep coming to you. So I feel like it started off with me realizing that I picked up things about other people that I shouldn't have known. And then once I started delving in more into spirituality and having readings and going to energy healers, things just unravel for you. And I don't think that process ever stops while you're here on earth.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because what happens for us too is once we open ourselves up and we're allowing us and the universe to take us down a different journey, then it gives us the tools and the path and the opportunities, and we can say yes to the opportunities or no to the opportunities.
Yeah.
And we can take a break, or we can go full on into like jump into the school and have a great time with all of these spiritual energies and developing them.
I agree. And I think the most important thing is like finding the things you resonate with, or that you like naturally have an interest in, and that just opens up more and more and more doors. So if you are like interested in more spiritual things or astrology, like that's the start of it. And then once you resonate with that, then you find more and more and more things you resonate with, and it just starts this like amazing journey of like getting interested in so many different things.
I love that that's such a wide open space for you to enjoy, and it's really developed your skills amazingly. So
yeah, definitely.
Lucky to have you at Soul Navigation. But you know, there's another side to spirituality too. So I wonder, have your gifts ever scared you?
Yeah, so this is really important, and this is why I was stressing at the start of the video when we were talking earlier about the importance of really protecting yourself and practicing safely. Because when you open yourself up spiritually, there are so many things that can just attract themselves to you, especially if you are like on this journey and you're like the energy of your light is coming out. The more dark energies do get attracted to that. So I'd say I have picked up like negative spirits, or had negative spirits attach themselves to me and like affect me. Yeah, it's really, really common. Like, people normally don't realize that it's probably a negative energy that's attached to them. But if you're feeling like a bit off, or you're feeling like it's not your energy, like that could be a negative energy or a negative spirit like attaching themselves onto you. So that's happened to me a lot. Or there's been like negative energies that have put curses on me.
Oh my God.
Before. Yeah, but like luckily I have the means to clear that. Or if like anyone has those experiences, there are tools out there to help you clear those things. But it's just really, really, really important every single day, if you're doing this work, to be grounding yourself, to be protecting yourself, and to clear your energy. And if you have like a negative energy there, my biggest advice, if anyone watching is able to connect into spirits, is to ask that spirit or that energy that you're connecting to, are you of the light? So you ask them 3 times, are you of the light? And if the energy says no in any of the 3 times, then you have to just like tell it to basically leave and like respect your boundaries. So my biggest advice for if you feel like you might be connecting to something, always ask it 3 times, are you of the light?
I like that. And if they're having troubles clearing some kind of negative energy, or if they don't really know if they have negative energy, could they have a session with you and find out?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I clear a lot, and I think we're going to talk about this. I clear a lot using a method called spiritual response therapy. And part of spiritual response therapy is about clearing that negative energy. So if you have any attachments or any discordant energies attached to you or in your field, the pendulum, using like the tools that I have, will pick up on that, and then I can just directly clear it for you straight out of your energy field. So that's a lot of the time how I clear myself, is if I have a negative attachment, I'll just use my own tools, my divination tools, to clear that, and then automatically you feel 100% better.
Oh, I love this. That sounds like a really nice smooth transition, and gentle and respectful, so and
Yeah.
powerful. Could you maybe show us a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a tool called spiritual response therapy. If you're not like, if you've never heard of this before, it's a method of using the pendulum. So this is my pendulum here, but I've got a couple. And if you have never used a pendulum before, basically you can ask the pendulum to show you a yes answer. So it goes backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, Spirit, show me a no. And then it will go side to side. So that is the standard way. And you should always program your pendulum or ask it to show you a yes backwards or forwards and a no side to side.
Okay.
So that's the first.
What if you train it to do circles?
No, that's part of it. That's the next step. You're onto something. But then what I have is, so that's the basic like fundamental principles that pendulum does in.
So yes and no is the first.
Yeah, yes and no.
Okay, and you're trying to hold your hand still, right? And it'll move a little bit just because we're not statues, but you're not manipulating it in any way. You're just letting it dangle there, right?
Yeah, no, it's just, it comes through spirit.
Yeah.
And then to take it a step further, so I've got a range of like charts in front of me, and on these charts there's like loads of different information, and the pendulum will guide you to where you need to go, basically, so it comes straight from spirit. So for example, I'm going to do like a really basic example to start with, so it's easy to understand.
Okay. This will be for all of us, right?
Pardon?
This will be for all of us watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, there's a chart here which is like vitamins and minerals.
Oh, wonderful. So you could find out for us what we're missing and what will help us
Yeah.
improve our health. I bet
Yeah.
amazing aspects in life that you can help us with.
Yeah. And then my favorite one is actually looking at past lives. So the pendulum will guide you to the past life that you experienced. It will tell me were you a male or a female in this past life, what happened, what the energies were, and who was involved in the past life. So that one's really, really interesting. And then because I have the gifts being able to connect up anyway, then I'll get flashes of what happened to you in that past life. And then we can do a clearing on it. So for example, let me show you.
What would a clearing like that be? So if you look at someone's past life, and
Yeah.
unfortunately we have all died, so that's how we left the earth. But there's usually
Yeah.
some trauma attached to that, or maybe it was war, or
Yeah.
maybe it was famine, or so many different things. So do you think that we carry into this lifetime some negative energies? They're not necessarily spirits, they're just our emotional body that's been damaged.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is another chart which I've actually picked up on. There's like literally like 30 to 40 charts. But one of them is the negative energies. So basically I can test, you can see all the negative energies here. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, greed, addictions, doubt. Oh, very cool.
And then I will ask the pendulum to show me, first of all, how many energies need clearing that have been carried over from that past life. And then I'll just test which energies that were that have experienced something in a past life, but you haven't resolved that. So when you come into this life, it's still in your energy field. So you may feel like so angry, or like you may feel like you have a hate of men or a hate of women, and that's not come from an experience here in your life on earth. That's come from an unresolved past life, and the pendulum will pick up what that energy is. And then using my gifts, I'll be able to see that past life. And then to clear it, I know you mentioned a bit about it, you basically ask spirit, so you directly connect to source and ask it to clear the energies. And when the energies are clearing, the pendulum will automatically start going in a circle, and that is showing me that spirit is directly working with you and clearing that energy out of your field.
Wow.
And then when it's done, it will just show me a yes. It will just show me a yes motion.
Wow.
It's such a cool, powerful technique.
Yeah, and really unique. I have never seen it before. It's really exciting.
I think it's one of those where you come across it. So I used to go to an energy healer, and she introduced me to this technique. And at first I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, I'm not sure how this is going to work. But then once you have a session and this energy leaves your life, it is so life-changing. And it's one of the most powerful tools I've ever come across.
Wow. Do you think that once you know what to clear and you start clearing it, that it gives you more energy, it gives you a lighter mood, you don't feel so heavy or so sad or mad or whatever that emotion is? It kind of takes a brick or two off of your soul.
Yeah, it does, 100%. And when you if you learn this technique, I use it every single day. Like if I'm feeling a little bit off or something comes up for me, I just go and I look up what's going on and clear it. And it's been probably the most life-changing tool for me, because if I'm experiencing, most people will experience at some level something that upsets them, or they get triggered by something, but I can just straight away clear that for myself. So it's a really, really powerful tool.
It is. It's almost like magic.
It is like magic.
Yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm really happy to meet you and get to know you. And I'm going to be so happy to find out all kinds of things about your healings and what they clear and how they feel and how they make other people feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ciara, this is such an interesting conversation with you. I also heard that you are a medium. Is that true?
Yeah, I can communicate with spirits that have passed. that's opened up to me over time gradually. And I think the more and more that you feel comfortable in doing it, the more that gets given to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, sometimes I find myself, most of the time when I have to reading for someone, like a mediumship reading for someone, it's always been that the person that they want to channel has guided them to me anyway, if that makes sense. So their loved one has made that person book a reading with me. I've had it where people have booked readings for me like in the middle of the night, and they've seen me and then they've just wanted to book a reading and they weren't sure that I can deliver something to them.
You just lagged a little bit there. Can you say that again?
Oh, I said that I find a lot of the time that normally someone will come to me wanting a mediumship reading, but the reason they've come is because their loved one knew that I had that ability and wanted to deliver something to them. So that's always a really nice gift to give someone.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? And Spirit does know when we need something, and they will guide us to someone that is special and will be able to connect with us and them and give them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, how wonderful. Well, it was really nice to meet you, Ciara, today. And
thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. We're going to see you again. We'll see you on Facebook, Soul Navigation Facebook. What day are you on?
On a Saturday, every single Saturday.
Every Saturday. So Soul Navigation peeps, go there and see Ciara on Saturdays. She'll be posting it on Soul Navigation Facebook. And I know that on YouTube, she's got some videos coming out soon too. So we will keep you posted and check in with us. Like, subscribe, and share. So thank you, everyone, for coming. We can't wait to see you again. Take care. Bye.